Yo, what is up guys? It is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, back in today with another fantasy football video. Today's video is the Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night early overlay DFS video. I play here a lot. They're one of my sponsors. So obviously here's a word from them before I get into the video. Now this is going to be the Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night. Now obviously you guys are seeing this video like 30 minutes before the game. If you want to get in for this. If not, there will be another video tomorrow about this for the Sunday slate, so keep in mind that that's what's coming. So let's get the word from Overlay DFS first. So are you guys tired of having to pick the perfect player at every single position in order to win at salary cap DFS? Are you tired of having your salary cap lineup out of the running to win that money in the first 5 minutes of Sunday? Does playing salary DFS not even feel fun? Want a fantasy game where pros with 150 lineups and computer-generated programs cannot dominate? OverlayDFS.com has a new revolutionary start-sit game for fantasy sports. They are home of the single entry GPP. How do you play? I'm going to show you in this video. But it's a simple start-sit format. Make 12 start-sit decisions based on the 30-plus matchups presented onto your screen. A win, loss, or tie will be awarded to your overall record for each decision. Records in the top 10% win 9 times their buy-in. 12-0 records win GTD progressive bonus. All matchups are player versus player. Who has the most fantasy points will win that matchup. Usually 8-4 is good enough for cash, sometimes 7-5, other times it could be 9-3 depending on the week. So you're going to be making 12 picks from the matchups listed. For instance, on my screen right here, you can see Joe Mixon versus Tyler Boyd. Or for Sunday, you can see Chris Carson versus Tyler Lockett. There's many, many more, obviously. The object is to stay consistent and finish in the top 10% to win 9 times your buy-in until the stars align and you go that beautiful, that crisp 12-0. Right now, if you go perfect 12-0 in the $109 game, you'll win the progressive bonus of over $26,000. They have buy-ins at all levels. If no one hits that perfect 12-0 record, the progressive bonus keeps growing and growing until it gets hit. It's like the super contest for DFS. Don't get shut out. Visit www.overlaydfs.com today. So let's do my picks right now. So this is Thursday, or it's Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night. So there's going to be games for all of these. So tonight, I'll do some for tonight. So Joe Mixon versus Tyler Boyd. I'm going to go with Tyler Boyd. I'm going to go Joe Mixon, I should say. I think that they're going to be running the ball a lot. I think that Joe Mixon's getting a lot of work. And I think that I just don't really love Tyler Boyd tonight against the Pittsburgh defense. Now, I'm also going to go Juju over James Conner because it seems like James Conner hasn't been that heavily involved now. He's been getting like the typical 9 or 10 fantasy points every single game, but in my opinion, that may not be enough to beat Juju Smith-Schuster, so that's why we're going to go with Juju. Now, Andy Dalton versus Mason Rudolph. I don't really like Mason Rudolph all that much. Now, I know obviously you may want to be like, oh, if I pick Mason Rudolph, let me stack him with Juju. But in my opinion, I am not going to do that in this game. I'd rather go with Andy Dalton, who I think may end up throwing more touchdowns than Mason Rudolph. So this is pretty much how this works, like I said at the beginning, so I think Andy Dalton's going to score more fantasy points than Mason Rudolph this week. Now, let's scroll down and do a kicker. There's kickers right here. Randy Bullock or Chris Boswell. Pretty much what this is you just pick, in my opinion, how I would do this is I just pick the kicker that I think is going to score the most points because I think they're going to win the game. So I think that Chris Boswell is going to win the game, hit a bunch of field goals, and end up winning the game. Now, that's not always how it works, but that's just how my head works. I think the team scoring more points, their kicker is going to score more fantasy points. Here we have Brandon Cooks versus Robert Woods. And we saw Robert Woods had an amazing game this week, or on week 4. But I think week 5 against Seattle, it may be the Brandon Cooks show again. Cooper Kupp versus Todd Gurley. This is easy. Todd Gurley is not going to score 2 touchdowns again this week on 5 carries. He's just not going to. So Cooper Kupp. Let's keep going. Keep scrolling a bit. Let's see. Deshaun Watson versus Matt Ryan. Carson Wentz versus Tom Brady. Josh Allen versus Jameis Winston. Some of these are pretty tough down here. Adam Thielen versus Stephon Diggs. This is really tough because Stephon Diggs typically just doesn't do anything. So I would just go with Adam Thielen there. But it could end up being the Stephon Diggs game. Another tough one down here. Let's see how many we've made. We've made 6 picks. We have to make 12 total picks plus 3 alternate picks. Deshaun Watson versus Matt Ryan. Carson Wentz versus Brady. I think I would just lean and go Wentz here because I think they're going to just be throwing the ball a lot on the Jets, whereas I think Tom Brady, they're just going to go and just run through Washington and make it like nothing. Let's keep looking down here. Baby Shark or Mr. Greg Olsen? I'm going to go and lean Greg Olsen. It seems like Mr. Kyle Allen of the Jacksonville, not of the Jacksonville Jaguars, I say, the Carolina Panthers seems to love targeting Greg Olsen. Here's another tough one. We have Peyton Barber versus Rojo. Now, I'm going to go this because it's a tough one, but I think I have the true answer deep inside of my brain, guys. Peyton Barber versus Ronald Jones. I'm going to lean and go Peyton Barber here. I think a lot of people are going to take Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones seems to be the more popular name, but Peyton Barber, sneaky, may end up scoring more fantasy points. It's really about who hops in the end zone out of these two, and I think this week it may end up being Mr. Peyton Barber. Now, this is a fool's bet down here. A fool's bet. Last week, I got it wrong. I went 7-5, but that would have been good enough to win other weeks. This week wasn't good enough. I just didn't play good enough. But Miles Sanders versus Jordan Howard, in my opinion, I think that Miles Sanders will have the more productive game. We saw Jordan Howard score countless times last Thursday night. I think it will be different this week against the Jets. Let's see. We need one more pick, and then we need our 3 alternate picks. So we're going to go with a bit of a cheese bet here. I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Oh, you can't select 2 or more players per the same team. I'm sorry, Mr. Website. I did not. I wasn't paying attention. But with that being said, Leonard Fournette over Devontae Freeman. Leonard Fournette dominated on Sunday. He played amazing. I think Leonard Fournette will play amazing yet again against the Carolina Panthers. I don't see Devontae Freeman having all that good of a game. So now we need our 3 alternate picks. So this should be pretty easy here. I think that a lot of people are going to be on the Dalvin Cook train versus the Giants. I think that is an easier pick there. But at the end of the day, I just think Julio and Matt Ryan are going to try to win this week. They're going to need to win. They're going to need the score. And I like Julio this week. James White versus Sony Michel. I'm going to go James White 100%. I don't think Sony Michel is all that. He's not all that. And this one is the easiest one that I've even seen on here. David Montgomery over Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde gets about 9 points every week. David Montgomery will easily edge that out. So we are going to enter into this contest. It was indeed $2.50. And I could potentially, if I go 12-0, make $2,729. So that seems pretty good to me. This website is great. Let's click that enter button, join and pay, and boom. We are in. Our roster is submitted. So, thank you guys all for watching this video. If you did end up enjoying, click that subscribe button down below. Make sure to check out my sponsor, OverlayDFS. This website is very fun. I have some of my friends playing on it. They really enjoy it, and I also enjoy it. I think that this week we're going to see a lot more success than last week. Last week I was kind of new. This week, no longer a rookie. This week, I can get it done. Even you, as a rookie, you're new to this. You could still easily dominate as well. So, hopefully you guys check out this website. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Have a great goddamn day. I love you all. Goodbye.